Every team's homework is in. Jordan Reid is back to grade their work. Let's keep it to one team in each conference. All right, we start in the AFC. Listen, who absolutely aced this draft, Jordan?
Well, one team that really stands out to me is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I thought they did a really, really good job in this draft class. And just starting at the top, their first round selection in Troy Fautanu, they had a huge need at offensive tackle. They like Broderick Jones. They actually traded up for him in last year's draft. Pairing him with Troy Fautanu, who I believe is going to be their left tackle for the future, was a really good selection. Zach Frazier coming back with him in the second round. They had a huge need at center. I think Frazier is going to be a day one starter for them. And then getting Roman Wilson in third round was a good choice as well. Now transitioning to the NFC, the Arizona Cardinals took who I believe is the best player regardless of position in the draft, and Marvin Harrison Jr., and then coming back to get a starting running back and Trey Benson to pair with James Conner. So they had 11 draft selections coming into this draft, and they end up making 12 picks. Monty Ossenfort did an outstanding job in this draft, getting Max Melton, who was a top 50 player for me as well. And then in the back end of the first round, getting Darius Robinson. I love what the Cardinals were able to accomplish this year.
A lot of needs in Arizona. Perhaps a couple of them met strongly in the first round. All right, that's the good. Sometimes we like making comparisons on the show. Say, Jordan, we take a team that got the equivalent of Gary's grades at Colorado State. Okay, we're on the other end of the spectrum. Who didn't do so well in this draft, in your opinion?
Well, one team that did make some head-scratching decisions was the Atlanta Falcons. And that starts at number 8 overall with Michael Penix Jr. They just gave Kirk Cousins $180 million, and then you turn around and take a quarterback inside the top 10, which was the shocker of the draft. And that's no indictment on Penix as a prospect. I think he's a good prospect, but it just didn't make sense after you gave Kirk Cousins that type of money. And then also in the second round, they take Ruka Roro, the defensive tackle from Clemson, when I thought they should have taken Jerzon Newton, who I had graded higher. I had Jerzon Newton with a back end of the first round grade, and it was just a player that made more sense for them at the time, just because they need that explosive defensive tackle. Pairing him with Grady Jarrett, I thought that would have gave them a really good duo. And then also taking a defensive end, waiting until the third round. This is a team that has not had a double-digit sack guy off of the edge since Vic Beasley in 2016. So waiting until the third round to select a defensive end, I thought that was a head-scratching decision.
Falcons haven't made the playoffs since 2017. That's Jordan Reid handing out the grades for us on SportsCenter. Hope we can get some rest now that the draft's in the books. Thank you, sir.